Folks, I'm going to talk about a family who lost $300,000 because of their realtor, and then get into the latest home prices and insights for the Peel and Durham region for week ending September 27, 2023. So this couple I was speaking with, they've asked me to share this on this channel. What happened was, a few months back, they were looking at selling their home, and they were speaking with their realtor, and when they came on to the topic of what's our home going to sell for, the realtor gave them a price, and the price was 1.7, and that price really suited the sellers. So they put their home on the market. No sale. A few months went by, a few price reductions. Eventually the home sold for 1.4 million. So listed at 1.7, over a couple months it sells for 1.4. There's the $300,000 difference. And the sellers feel in their mind they should have got 1.7. That's what the realtor said. We sold for 1.4. They lost $300,000. Well, in doing a bit of research when I'm speaking with these clients and really looking at the landscape, the area around their home, what prices are selling for, when they listed at 1.7, they were actually listed about $100,000 more than a bunch of other listings in their area. And these are listings that haven't sold. So, I mean, sellers need to understand list price is a wish, sold price is a reality. Well, they were comparing their home to other listed properties. And when I said, you know, you listed higher than other properties that were listed in your neighborhood, and they haven't even sold at their price, so their prices were already wrong to begin with, and those are the prices you were comparing to. They said, well, we asked the realtor that, you know, we're going to be the highest price in the area, and he said our home was better. Well, sellers believed them. You know the end of the story. They sold for $300,000 less than what they were listed, and they feel they lost $300,000. So, you know, my comment on that is, look, what the home sells for, that's probably market value. And yes, certain sellers have certain pressures and maybe they sell it a little bit lower than what they should, but they have to. They got no choice. They got other pressures that they have to sell, but that's the market, and that's the new market price for that neighborhood. But the market is not just against the sellers. There's lots of realtors, because of the much lower volume these days in sales, lots of realtors feeling the pressure. And look, realtors are not above saying something that maybe is going to entice you to work with them. So for that realtor to put a price higher, that was probably just to get the listing. And although the sellers share some responsibility in really understanding the numbers in their market, they hired this realtor and relied on this realtor's knowledge, experience, professionalism to properly sell their home and get the job done, and to give them the right information. The realtor did none of that, and maybe didn't tell the whole story properly just to get them to sign the listing, knowing this couple had financial pressure and at some point they got to sell for sure. So who you hire matters. This is not an easy, simple market to just do a quick transaction. This is a complicated, tough market, and if selling and buying, if it's just not done properly in this market, it could really cause a lot of financial hardship for the seller especially. Who you hire matters. If you think this video can help somebody you know, please pass it along. If you get value from this video, subscribe. If you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, it's really simple. Below this video in the description is a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Now, let's get into the numbers. Homeowners, they're hesitant to list. Now, I'm talking specifically about Mississauga, Brampton, Durham region. When we look at the city of Toronto market, we've seen a whole lot of new listings. And yes, for the Peel and Durham region, listings are up, I would agree, but we expected way more listings. They're just not there the same way they are in the city of Toronto market. Let's take average sold prices just very quickly. Mississauga's down, Durham is down when it comes to average sold price. Brampton is up. Let's take a closer look. We're looking at Mississauga here. This is for detached properties only, broken down by week for a whole year. September 27th is the last week, the last full week I have on the board here. 41 detached properties were sold, so sales are up over the last couple of weeks. If we look at trends, well, last year at this time, September to the end of November, sales were pretty flat in the mid to high 30s. That's kind of where we are right now. I can't predict what's going to happen between now and the end of the year, but this is what happened last year. And typically, come January, leading into sometime in the spring, sales go up, and then they start coming down, leading to the fall market again. And that's what we're showing you here. So right now, 41 detached properties were sold. 3 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price has come down for a couple of weeks now, sitting at $1,397,000. 1,397 is actually really close to the lowest month we had, which was last year, October 2022, where it was 1.391. We're right now at 1.397. Compared to last year, 1,397 is 2% lower than the average price last year for the same week. The median price is 1% lower. The median price for detached properties in Mississauga is $1,325,000. Now, if we kind of put a line here, which is Labor Day weekend, prices, both average and median for Mississauga for detached properties was trending down. The few weeks after Labor Day weekend, either trending up or flat, but it's only a few weeks. It's kind of, we're still trying to figure out which way is it actually going to be trending. Of the 41 that sold, 39% sold at list price or more. So there's some competition in some neighborhoods, but many times you're not competing and you are able to put conditions in your offer and do inspections and financing conditions and so forth. Listings. So listings did jump up and everybody got excited. Wow, lots more choices, lots more listings. But this week they've come down. There 119 were listed. Active listings, the amount of properties available for sale, has been trending up, but not by a lot. Like, it's trending up, it's there, there's more properties for sale. We just expected much more, especially when we compare to the city of Toronto market. Months of inventory came down, sitting at 3.1 months of inventory. Now, this chart is for 3 months, and when we compare where we were 3 months ago, months of inventory is up. However, August, months of inventory is down from August, and the couple to 3 weeks after Labor Day, it's kind of bouncing around between 3.1 and 4.1. It's tough to say the direction that it's actually going to be going over the next few weeks. Let's look at Brampton. 45 detached properties were sold. And if we look at, we can go all the way back to the beginning of July. So July, August, September. 45 is not that big of a deal. It's kind of normal, you know. We were, the low, we go to 38, high is 59, but that was 1 week. high 40s. So 45 is kind of in the middle of what we've been doing for the last 2.5 months as far as sales go. 2 of those properties sold at $2 million or more. Average sold price has been climbing. It was trending down quite a bit, but now it's been climbing for several weeks. We're sitting at $1,237,000. 1,237 is 5% higher than where we were a year ago at this time. The median price is 1% lower. Median price went the other way. Now, the dotted line, that's the 4-week moving average, leading, so the course of the summer, July and August, median and average were trending down. After Labor Day this way, kind of looks like it may be trending up or staying flat. It's tough to see, to understand which way is it going, because the numbers are really a bit all over the place. So 45 were sold, 47% sold at list price or more. That's actually higher than what it's been for a few months now. Listings. We expected way more listings, and it certainly looked like that. When we went from 119 to 171, it's like, wow, that's great. Then 173, we expected that to be higher, keeping in line with where, what we're seeing in other areas. And now we're at 185, so it's a little bit higher. When we look at active listings, look, it's up. There's more active listings than there were 3 months ago, but it's not up by that much. It's not enough to really move the needle and make a difference. Months of inventory, sure, it's been climbing, but it's actually lower than what it was in August. It's sitting right now at 3.7 months of inventory. Let's look at the Durham region. Now for Durham, I'm using Ajax, Pickering, and Whitby as my Durham sample. This is for detached properties. Sales were trending down, but this 1 week, week ending September 27, sales jumped up. 50 detached properties were sold. One of those was at $2 million or more. Average sold price has been trending down, but just for 2 weeks now, we're sitting at $1,164,000 as the average sold price. Average price was trending down, shot up this 1 week, and now trending down again, but at a very different level than where we were just heading into Labor Day weekend for August. Compared to last year, 1,164 is 9% higher than where we were this time last year. The median price is 10% higher than where we were this time last year. So if prices come down over the course of the year, we're right now sitting higher. Leading up to Labor Day, over the course of the summer, prices were trending down. Right now, they're trending up, it looks like. Of the 50 that sold, 46% sold at list price or more. That percentage is lower than what it's been for a long time. For 3 months, there was only 1 week where it was lower than 46%. So 46% would be on the low end as far as property selling at list price or more. Listings did jump up, but when we compare to what we've seen before in listings in the Durham region, we don't have that many more new listings. We're kind of used to 128, 129. We've seen that, and now we're at in the 130, 141. Are the listings coming still? Is the Durham region, also Brampton, Mississauga, is it kind of just delayed? Is it a lag? Well, I'm thinking about the season that we're in. We're already, the end of September. We're in October. Like, what are the sellers, what are these homeowners waiting for? If they're going to come onto the market, let's go. The snow's about to fly. Let's get the properties out on the market now when buyers can enjoy in the weather and see your property, not when there's a ton of snow flying around. So 141 were listed. Active listings, yes, it's climbing, but not that aggressively where it's going to make a massive change in the dynamics of the market right now. Months of inventory sitting at 1.7. Now, the sales jumped up, so 1.7 is the new months of inventory. It has been increasing, but 1.7 is still a seller's market here, folks. Here's condos. Now condos, this is just for Peel region only. 26 condos were sold. No condo sold at $1 million or more. Sales has been trending down, not by much. We're at 28, then 27, then 26. It's trending down, but it's not really a big difference one week to the next. Average sold price, big difference there. Average sold price is $595,000. It's not often it's below $600,000. $595 is really close to our lowest low, which was November last year of $592. Compared to last year, $595, well, last year was $597. Rounded, there's really no difference, percentage difference in average sold price from a year ago. The median price is 3% higher, which is $583,000. Prices were trending down. Right now, over the last 3-4 weeks, it's kind of tough to say. 26 were sold, 19% sold at list price or more. Listings. Condos, we're seeing a lot more listings, although they're coming down now. So we shot up to 153, 143, now we're at 128. Is that it? Is it just 2 or 3 weeks of a whole bunch of new listings and that's it? We're not seeing that many new listings. Active listings is increasing, maybe more so than the detached market, but it's not a ton of listings, but more so, like I said, than the detached market. Months of inventory, way up there. 5.7 months of inventory, and that is most definitely climbing. Often, you're going to find a lot of these condos in the Peel region, especially the buildings where there's multiple units for sale. It's going to be very much a buyer's market when it comes to buying a condo in Peel region. So here's a quick summary. This is not yet desperation mode. Condos is in a different situation here with 5.7 months of inventory. But when you're kind of hovering around for over here, Ajax, Pickering, or Whitby at 1.7, folks, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the next little while. It seems that the fall, like what a lot of people expected, what we've been talking about, it's kind of like a second spring, and just for these few weeks so far, we've seen an uptick in sales activity, and generally it's like there's some new life in the market right now. We don't know how long it's going to last. It has definitely not bottomed out where prices are dropping aggressively. We are not there yet. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.